What makes a person truly different? Is it intelligence, talent, or something deeper, something invisible? Now imagine a man who was not only a painter, but also an inventor, a scientist, an engineer, and a visionary, centuries ahead of his time. A man who saw the world not as it was, but as it could be. Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452, in a small town in Italy. But from the very beginning, his life was different. He was born out of wedlock, which meant he didn't receive the same formal education as other children of his time. At first glance, this might seem like a disadvantage. But in reality, it was the beginning of his freedom. While other children were forced to memorize classical texts and follow rigid rules, Leonardo was free to explore. He wandered through nature. He observed water flowing in rivers. He studied the shapes of clouds, the movement of animals, the structure of plants. He wasn't being taught what to think. He was learning how to think. And that made all the difference. Most people know Leonardo as the painter of the Mona Lisa. A mysterious smile, a face that seems almost alive. Or the creator of The Last Supper, one of the most famous paintings in history. But if you think Leonardo was just an artist, you're missing the bigger picture. Leonardo didn't just paint what he saw. He studied it. He dissected human bodies to understand muscles and bones. He analyzed light and shadow to create depth. He explored emotion to capture the human soul on canvas. To him, art was not separate from science. It was science, and this way of thinking was extremely rare. While most people in his time focused on one skill, one profession, one identity, Leonardo refused to limit himself. He designed flying machines, centuries before airplanes existed. He sketched helicopters, tanks, bridges, and complex mechanical systems. He filled thousands of pages with notes and drawings, written in mirror script, from right to left. Why? Some say it was to keep his ideas secret. Others believe it was simply how his mind worked. But one thing is certain, his brain never stopped asking questions. How do birds fly? Why does water move the way it does? What is inside the human body? Leonardo didn't accept the world as it was given. He investigated it, relentlessly. So what was his secret? It wasn't just intelligence. It wasn't just talent. It was curiosity. An endless, unstoppable curiosity. Leonardo approached life like a child, constantly asking, why? Why is the sky blue? Why do people feel emotions? Why do things work the way they do? And instead of stopping at simple answers, he went deeper, and deeper, and deeper. Most people stop when they get a reasonable answer. Leonardo didn't stop. That's what made him different. In today's world, we are often told to specialize. Choose one path. Focus on one skill. Become one thing. But Leonardo did the opposite. He explored everything. Art, science, anatomy, engineering, philosophy. He connected ideas across different fields. And that's where true innovation happens. Not in isolation, but in connection. Leonardo's genius was not just in what he knew, but in how he connected what he knew. Leonardo da Vinci didn't just create art. He changed the way we see the world. He showed us that creativity and logic are not opposites. They are partners. He proved that curiosity is more powerful than talent. And that asking questions is more important than having answers. Even today, centuries later, his ideas continue to inspire scientists, artists, and thinkers around the world. So what made Leonardo da Vinci different? It wasn't that he was born a genius. It was how he lived. He stayed curious. He explored without fear. He refused to limit himself. And most importantly, he never stopped learning. Now think about this. What if the same curiosity lived inside you? What if you stopped limiting yourself to one path, one identity, one definition? You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be curious. Because in the end, that's what made Leonardo different. And that's what can make you different too.